Hello, welcome to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. Are you in the early days of an online business? Do you need more sales? Whilst that might be true for most of us who are starting out, more sales is usually a symptom of something else going wrong further upstream. I've grown two e-commerce brands online in Australia, and I actually sold one at the end of 2023. The other brand I keep and is still growing and is contributing to my family's income. My podcast is a day-to-day podcast about everything that happens in your business every day, wins and challenges, about growing in e-commerce in Australia. And from someone who's still in the game, which is me, not with my feet up, wearing some badge of success about strategies that worked years ago when I'm not even in the marketplace anymore to see if these strategies still work. I'm still in the market, I'm still in the game, I'm still learning, and I'm still growing in e-commerce. If you're in the early stages of an online business, I'm sure you'll find my podcast relatable, and I really hope you find it super encouraging. The solopreneur world is pretty lonely. I have certainly found that. It was an unexpected thing I found in being online. So I like to create topics that I hope are my experiences in growing in e-commerce that keep you company while I share from here in Adelaide, Australia. I'm cheering you on from the sidelines as you carve out your own path. What's your current challenge or roadblock in your own business growth? You can reach out to me for a free discovery call. You can book it through my website, which is AussieOnlineGrowingOnShopify.com.au. I'd love to hear all about your business and your business idea if you haven't started yet. I'd love to support you with a strategy for your very next step. I can present it to you as a DIY solution for you to implement, or fast forward your results and I could work with you one-on-one ongoing. Book your free discovery call at AussieOnlineGrowingOnShopify.com.au. This is episode number 77. And if you've listened to a couple of my recent episodes, I keep apologizing and mentioning that this is a video podcast. Video podcasting is very different from audio. I'm not editing anything. It's a sit down and record and share with you as things occur to me, and more, I suppose, in the moment on general topics of what I'm going through, what I've been through, my experiences, my expertise in growing. I've been in marketing for a long time, for years and years before starting in e-commerce. I've worked in corporate worlds for decades. I am quite old and seasoned, and not too old to start in e-commerce. You might be listening. I know when I get emails from customers, well, from podcast listeners, I feel like you're my customers. I should say clients, shouldn't I? Hey, I'm so used to e-commerce. We call customers, in e-commerce, people are customers. But in this service-based world, I suppose you're clients. So I get emails all the time telling me about what you're up to, what your business idea is, and what you're struggling with early in e-commerce. And the age range is unreal. So you are never too old to start in e-commerce in Australia. I don't sell much overseas. I have occasional customers overseas who buy from my e-commerce brand. It's mostly Aussie. So if you're in Australia, I'm sure you can relate. That was a big intro. Sorry, I'll get into the topic of this podcast. All that to say, if you're watching me on video, welcome. I'm on YouTube, but if you're listening through Apple Podcast or through Spotify, then you just got the audio version, I believe. Or are you watching video? You might actually be watching via video too. I've never gone back to check. I need to open my my Spotify app and look. Maybe I'm a video on there too. I need to find that out. So this episode, what's it all about? Episode 77. I'm so glad you asked. I'm calling this episode, Are You Giving Away Too Much? Are you giving away too much as a business owner to customers or to clients? Do you give away free things to your customers? I'm doing a bit of a double take, or I did a bit of a double take this week. It sort of prompted me to do this episode because I had planned to spend some money on something to include in my next subscription box for my subscribers. And then I paused, changed my mind, and I'm glad I did because it was a bit unnecessary. It was a bit of an impulse purchase. It was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. And it made me think about this topic of, am I giving away too much? Like, just pull in the reins a little bit, like take a double take. So perhaps you might find this episode helpful. What do you give away to your customers? Are you thinking about giving away stuff? Do you discount a lot? Do you sell a lot? Do you chuck in freebies? What are your margins? And if you don't know your margins, it's a whole nother topic. But if we don't know our margins, I feel like we're probably more inclined to want to give away more things than we probably should. And there's a reason why we shouldn't give away lots of stuff. And I want to share that with you as well. It's got nothing to do with the fact whether you are generous or not generous. It's not a criticism at all. I think we give away too many things because what we see as the value of the things we are giving away doesn't always translate to our customers. In other words, we are giving away too much that it is valuable to us that our customers don't even see as that valuable. So that all comes back to the idea, the theory, the topic of perceived value, the perceived value of things that you might be giving away in your business. You might perceive those things as a particular value based on how much they probably cost you or the time involved in creating them, for example, like a printable or a digital resource. But what's the perceived value at the other end? Is it just not there? In which case we are giving just far too much away. So I hope this encourages you to stop and do a double take next time you consider giving away something free, discounted, like a half price, a first in, first dressed, first introductory offer, free things, free gifts, freebies, a freebie bundle, half price discounted, 90% off stuff. Just stop and consider about perceived value. And are you sure the perceived value you see something is really translating to the other side? And what are your profit margins? Because if you are actually eating in to profit margins and to money you haven't decided already and allocated when you had a cooler head about giving this thing away, then you're actually doing your family and yourself a big disservice. So unless you've already decided and budgeted and strategized this free thing or these free things, and there's a reason why you are giving them away or you're discounting them, then I would suggest just stop for a minute and think about it before you go ahead and continue to do so, particularly if you are beginning to eat into money for your family and you are doing that kind of hoping it just catapults your business and gives it a bump and a boost. But what if the value on the other end isn't there? Like, what if the customer at the other end doesn't see the value of what it is you are giving away? And this happened to me because like my example I want to share that made me think about this episode is, like I said, I wanted to include something extra in my subscription box because I felt like the perceived value wasn't there for my customers at the other end based off of what I had already decided to include. And I had actually already purchased this stock, like it's the end of February now. I'd purchased this stock in November, I think, for this box. And now I'm putting it all together. I'm like, oh, is the value there? I'm not sure it is there. But monetarily, it's totally there. I've spent the budget, like I've already spent the money I had decided. But I'm worried that my customer at the other end is not going to see that value. I was this close to buying something quickly from one of my trusted suppliers and having it flown, probably by a private jet for the cost from China to get some stock here quickly within the next 10 days so I could get this included in my next subscription box. Wait for the cost. The cost was crazy. The shipping on this alone to get one extra item included was $200 USD. And how bad is the Australian dollar with the US dollar? For the last probably 12 months, it's been pretty bad. So that's $300 Australian just in shipping to get this one item here. I was this close to doing it. And then I thought, what am I doing? That is all of my profit margin gone for the next subscription. Not quite, close to. It was just crazy. It was a bad idea. It's a bad idea from the beginning. It was a bad idea when I was shopping and looking, and it was a bad idea. It's a bad idea when I was emailing a supplier, getting a quote. It was just a bad idea. And I'm so glad I stopped myself because I went to a different plan. My other plan was to go and find stock I already have sitting here in my craft room and in my garage that I haven't told my customers about, that they don't know about, that I discontinued a year ago, that I could include in this next subscription box that matched the theme, because each of my subscription boxes has a theme. So I found a different product that I already had here that I already paid for a long time ago, and that's become the extra item in my subscription box for an upcoming month. And the reason I stopped myself, apart from the cost, was, hang on, is my customer going to know this one extra item included in their box cost me 300 Australian dollars just in shipping, let alone the cost of the product to get here to my house? No. Is it look like it's worth anywhere close to that amount of money? Also, no. So that's why I decided to stop myself and not purchase that product last minute. And I'm glad I did. And it made me think about perceived value and do this episode for you to encourage you. And maybe you've had something similar or scenario similar. Maybe you are feeling pressure from somewhere, including customers, about freebies, about discounts. Are you getting messages saying, I can buy this cheaper on Amazon, and all that sort of rubbish that sometimes can really affect us, that it shouldn't affect us, because you're not accountable to anybody. It's your business. It's your steam train. You drive it the way you want. Where you want is entirely up to you, like 100% entirely up to you. And we spend our lives supporting our customers and making them happy. It makes us happy when our customers are happy. However, your customers don't run your business, because if they did, you would be giving away everything you have and everything you own for $0. That's what would happen. So they can't be trusted to. Customers cannot be trusted to keep your profit margins intact. It's not their responsibility. That is your responsibility. So are you giving away too much in your business? You know what I could have done as well? I found some products I wanted to include it, but what I could have done also, I could have created a PDF, I could have created a digital resource, I could have created something, a new design, something online. I could have got it even printed at Vista Print and shipped here far cheaper. I could have solved this problem, if it was such a big problem, for less than $50, probably Australian, across all the boxes I have. Not, $500 Australian on a whim, because I really felt like I wanted to add something extra to this box that was lacking in some way. So I could have solved the problem in other ways, and I did solve it in another way without just like having a knee-jerk reaction and kind of jumping to the easiest solution, or the thing that we kind of just gravitate towards, which is like discounting or freebies. It's always a balance. These things are always a balance, and sometimes it can feel conflicting. Sometimes it can feel like that we are trying to achieve different things that just don't align or are just not possible. So this is hopefully encouraging you that perceived value is perceived, like it is perceived. You may spend $10 on something, an item you want to sell to your customers, and you sell it for $20, and your customer thinks it's worth $20. You may buy something for $5 from a supplier and sell it for $20, and your customer thinks it's worth $20, but you paid a completely different price from your manufacturer for that same thing. Perceived value is just that, it's perceived. And we need to ensure that our budgets and our finances and our margins are preserved and kept in place to support our families. Like, most of us are doing this for our families and because we find it fulfilling. So if you want to grow a business, like, grow a damn business. We're not a not-for-profit. We're not giving away things. This is not a community service. We're not sponsored by our local council or the government or something like that. You need to generate revenue for yourself. You need to drive traffic to your website to get customers to give you real money from their wallets, from their budgets, and then supply an incredible product to them in return. But not give away the farm. Like, don't sort of feel like you need to jump to free things or discounts and things all the time, to feel like you're almost like apologizing for the products you have and the prices you have. There's no need to apologize. It's your business and you set the prices that you've decided to set. Here's a couple of examples I want to give you, just in case you are not sure. Really, does my customers really not see the value of something that's worth a lot of money? Do they really not see that at the other end? Or are they really thinking something is worth a lot of money when it was free to you? Maybe it was overstock or extra stock that came to you from a supplier that you paid like $1 for. Do they really believe it's $20 worth of stuff? Yes, I'm telling you, sometimes the value we see in things from our side of the fence does not translate to the other side of the fence, which is why I think it's important not to always jump to giving something away, because that may not be received in as largesse a gesture as what you intended it to be. I have 4 examples of this, like 4 examples to convince you that this is the case if you don't already agree with me. Let me tell you what they are. Example 1, I have a $5 coupon in my e-commerce store. You can get a $5 coupon. I also have done before a $10 coupon for this same lead gen exercise, the lead generation exercise. I tested a $5 coupon and I've tested a $10 coupon. And I've done each of them for a few months, different times, because I run a lead gen giveaway and lead gen strategy all year round. So I've tested this with a $5 coupon and with a $10 coupon. The $10 coupon converts at no more than the $5. You just wouldn't think that's possible, but it's true. I have hundreds of people over a course of a few months sign up for the $5 coupon, and almost the identical amount of customers sign up across a period of time for a $10 coupon. How funny is that? You wouldn't think that would be true, but it's true. It goes to show you how important data is, and not assuming things, but trying them out and seeing what happens, and then analyzing the data after the fact and make sure you're making decisions based off of that and not your emotions. So no difference. The $5 coupon converts at the same rate for me as the $10 coupon, and it costs me half as much. The next example is I do a giveaway lead gen strategy, which I just mentioned. My second example is sometimes the prize that people can get in that lead gen strategy, it's a giveaway, so they're signing up for a giveaway. The prize is worth $17 retail at the moment. Before that, the prize was worth $40 retail. Guess what? The same number of people joined the giveaway. So having a $40 prize as a giveaway, I got no more people joining that giveaway, no more leads, no more volume, no more number of leads for the $40 prize as I did for the current $17 prize. How funny is that? Like, you wouldn't think that's true either, but it's true. So you've got to check, you've got to see how these things work and try them out and check your data and go based off the data that you get. So they convert the same number of leads I got for a $17 giveaway as a $40 giveaway. One of them only cost me $17. One cost $40. Which one do you think I'm continuing with for the moment? The next example is, this is my favorite. Don't do free shipping. I have a free shipping threshold, 100%. I totally encourage that. I have a whole episode about it somewhere. I should check the number. So there's an episode all about free shipping versus not free shipping. Don't do free shipping. And I have so many reasons why I would not offer free shipping, which I outline in this episode. But my reason for that is the free shipping a customer receives. So if you sell something that includes shipping, shipping is free. The customer equates that free shipping component to a certain value. I bet you that value is not the same as it costs you as a business owner to ship it to them. I bet you it costs you far more as a business owner to send that item to them with Australia Post or Sendle or whoever you use, versus how much the customer thinks it's worth monetarily or money-wise. And that's because with one product I had it as $40 including free shipping. A customer emailed me to say that they didn't think it was worth $40 when they received it. And I thought, it took me a second to equate that in my brain. Then my immediate reaction was, which I didn't obviously say to my customer, but I was very polite and professional, but my immediate thought was, well, of course it wasn't worth $40 because I had to pay for shipping. So the product was probably worth $28 and it cost me $12 to send it to the customer. They don't know that. They don't equate that. They just see the total, and that's what they expect the value to be. So if you sell something for $50 with free shipping, I bet you your customer expects to see a $50 value, even though that's just ludicrous, because actually you've had to pay for shipping as part of that $50. So it shouldn't be a $50 valued product. It should be less. So I would encourage you to find that episode and go listen to it if you're not sure if you offer free shipping, or if you don't know if you should stop offer free shipping. I would suggest you should totally stop offering free shipping and implement a free shipping threshold instead. And that episode I have outlines all the reasons why. And my final example is too many items. Did you know my subscription box? This has happened 2 months now, where customers after the fact, because I catch up with them on Zoom and I chat to them about their thoughts and what they thought of the products and what they've done with them and do they like it, what was their favorite, what was their least favorite. It's really a lot of fun. We did it just last night. But twice now my subscribers have said to me, like multiple of my subscribers when I've chatted to them online have said to me, there was too many things in their box. I never thought I would hear that from a customer. But it's happened twice where a few of them have said, so like a sample of my customers, which means they're not the only ones, have said to me, there was just too much. You gave me too many of those. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. So sometimes I'm being super generous on my end, didn't translate to them well at the other end. And you need to work out why. Whenever you get feedback like this or you do experiments like this, work out the reason why. And the reason why I think that's the case, and it makes sense to me when I think about it, is my subscription box is a little bundle of products that they can create and craft something or a project, something small. It's not meant to be everything they'll ever need in their life. It's enough to sit down and do something with. So if I include too many things, then it's probably a bit overwhelming and they feel like they've got a lot left over that they should try and use, or that just becomes something that they've ended up with that maybe they wouldn't have even bought unless I gave it to them as part of a cute little bundle. So that has happened twice now where customers have said there was too many things. So you just don't know, as far as the value of something goes, how much value you put into it comes across at the other end. So it's so important to get that sort of feedback from customers. I also have an episode all about it too. I don't know what number it is. All about customer feedback, how it's all good. Good feedback, bad feedback, they're all great for different reasons. And that's one of the reasons why. So are you giving away too much in your business? Are your customers perceiving the same value at their end that you intended, and are your profit margins still intact? It's time to take some action, everybody. It's time to take some action, perhaps on this topic. Perhaps it's timely for you and it's something you need to consider and think about and maybe do something about in your business. What are your plans today or tomorrow to move your business forward on this topic? I hope my episode has been encouraging for you as we spent some time together, and I hope I've been able to help with your very next step on your business journey. I'd love to hear about your business or your business idea and support you with a strategy for your next step that you can implement DIY, or that I can work with you one-on-one to fast forward your results for you. Reach out to me for a free discovery call. You can find me at Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au, of course, because I'm in Australia. Thanks for joining me. And as always, keep learning.